Hello, family. My name is Chris. I am your home gamer dad, and welcome back to Horrified. This time we are exploring the world of monsters. A very loose theme of sorts with this, that I think is supposed to explore monsters from around the world, but right off the top, before I even go into anything else, I'm going to tell you right now, out of the 5 Horrifieds that I've played, this is the 4th one that was released within the series. I have been playing the D&D one, which is really good, by the way. This is definitely the weakest one. I personally believe that World of Monsters is easily the weakest of the current 5 Horrifieds that are out. And I'll talk about that as we go along and everything like that. But generally speaking, with World of Monsters, you have 4 whole monsters that were introduced in this particular box set, which you would think 5 or 6 because you have like a bunch of monsters around, but then you have the train and then this like little eyepiece right here. But these are just locations. They just pulled these locations to fill in this part of the box to make it seem like more, but unfortunately it's really not. The biggest like upgrade, I guess we'll call it, for this version of Horrified is a comprehensive guide within the manual about how to start combining sets together. The guest Ravensburger decided to listen to people when they talked about Horrified games not really working with each other, and they made a combining Horrified game rule set, which in my opinion, I don't think it's necessary. I think Horrified itself was great as is, just being individual games. Yes, I know a lot of people didn't like that and whatever, but I think it just made for a better style of game where it's like, each one was kind of its own standalone thing with its own monsters in it. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think down in the comment section below about that. But for right now, let's go ahead and check out the world of monsters. So I always thought that this was more like a Lovecraft style of theme for it, especially because Cthulhu is one of the monsters in it. But once looking at all the other monsters that were chosen for it, I do see the world aspect, but the actual place that we're in, I'm not 100% sure where it is. But you have all different types of crazy things in here. Just some, what is that? Reviving stones. Our void is right in the middle, which is an awesome spot, by the way, that you would need in order to fight Cthulhu. And then just a whole bunch of other things as well. Returning stuff from Greek monsters. You have, of course, our fun felty bag or whatever that actually started in American Monsters, but here we are with World of Monsters, and now they have their own. I do like the color scheme of this one. It is very cool and grim. I don't know. I just think it's really cool, especially with the tokens that come within the bag. The layers are back, but the problem with the layers is they have such a low necessary like need to be here. Like, this is the first time you're introduced to layers that are completely blank, that have nothing to do with them whatsoever, because out of the 4 monsters in the game, only 2 of them need layers. And I think it's like, yeah, the Yeti and the Jiangshi, which are 2 that we're going to be playing today. If you're playing as Cthulhu, you don't need a layer. You actually use the void mostly. Now, Cthulhu also got introduced with a secondary mat that was added to them in order to further increase their difficulty. So even though there's only 4 monsters in here, Cthulhu could count as 2 in a way. I don't think that's a fair thing. I really think there should have been a 5th monster for this. And in fact, there was a 5th monster released during conventions, Krampus, which is fully integrated into World of Monsters. However, Ravensburger, for some reason, decides that they don't want to sell it to the general public, or at least not to my knowledge as of this moment. If anybody out there can figure out a way, besides eBay, because I don't really want to pay that much money for it, I just want to pay fair market value. I don't know what we're going to do in order to get that. There's another thing that Ravensburger did with D&D, but we'll get to there when we get there. As far as our basic setup goes, as we will always be doing, we have our fun dice right here. I do like the way that the dice are like just designed in this way. I like the two-tone color to this one. It looks really cool. And I'm pretty sure that makes all of the other dice unique as well for World of Monsters. There's also new spaces here that show frenzy numbers. And that's another thing that you need for combining sets together, because frenzy monsters with those frenzy numbers will be starting on those particular locations. So frenzy monster number 1s will always start here at the Roaming Wolf. Frenzy monster number 2 will always be at the Spectral Trail Cavern, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, throughout the board. Another thing that I felt is lacking in this one are the characters you get to play as. 5. You get to choose only 5 investigators, or yeah, these are all investigators in this one. Maybe not. They're stalwarts of the Shrouded Void, because this is the one. This one right here is the investigator. But you only have 5 to choose from. Now, let me tell you, the powers in these are ridiculous, and I think that kind of balances it out a little bit. So if you're able to use these characters in other Horrified games, it's almost playing not on easy mode, but man, some of them are nuts. The 3 that we're going to be playing as today are the Guardian, which he starts on the Arcane Forge, and especially he has 5 actions normally, which is crazy. And then plus a special action, you may use a guide action on a hero with their permission. This does not take an action. So for a free action, you can pull a hero to the Guardian or push them out of the way. That is, you know how powerful that is, giving that type of free movement around the board? Plus he has 5 actions to begin with. What is that? The other one that we're going to be doing is the Fortune Teller. I haven't really seen anybody play as her, so I want to try her out. And I do like her special ability. 4 actions, which is very standard. And you may look at the top card, the top monster card on your turn. So in the monster deck, you can look at the top card, but that does not take an action. I can just do it for free. So in a sense, a 5th action will always be, what's the monster card going to be on her turn? And I think that's going to be super helpful in terms of what's coming up and what we have to plan for. And finally, we have the Buccaneer, starting at the Skull Siren. 3 actions, so yes, it's the least of the 3. However, at the start of your turn, I assume this is an action because everything else will say it doesn't cost an action. His special action costs one of his actions. However, discarding 1 item will gain you +4 actions this turn, used only once per turn. So you're using an action, so he'll down to 2, but he gains 4, so then he has 6 actions. Oh, wow, that is insane. Like 5 and 6 actions itself, being able to run around the board doing all kinds of things. So long as the Buccaneer has items in him, he is pretty much good to go forever. On the back of all the cards, they do now actually have like background stories and everything for each one of the characters, which I think is really cool. As far as the other 2 characters, we have the Parapsychologist. 4 actions, you may distribute any items you have to other players. Any items to other players. You don't even have to stick to one. You can just give your items out to everybody. And then we have the Investigator, 4 actions, discard 2 items to pick one from the discard pile and keep it. That's what I believe the actor did from Greek Monsters. So there's a duplicate right there. But yeah, these are the 3 that we're going to be playing as here, and that's just going to make the game, I don't know, just the monsters in here aren't really all that complicated, but these 3, they're just going to be so strong. All right, before we put them out and get our perk cards, I'm going to go ahead and grab our bag of items right here and, of course, put the 12 out. But before we do that, let's take a look at what are the 3 items or 3 types of items that you can find within the world of monsters. Purple, green, and blue are the color schemes for this particular one. Your purples are weapons, your greens are arcane, and your blues are mundane, which again, like something, just the type of weapons and the type of items that you find in here, again, feel very Lovecraftian to me. And I feel like that was more of the inspiration for this than anything else. But there you go. At least the colors are very different. You can, I feel like even colorblind, I'm not. So you guys let me know if anyone out there is like that. But I think distinction between the green and the blue really help. I never really noticed, but there are like kind of shapes on the bottom, like a hexagon, a circle, and a square here to give you a little bit more differential between them all. And then if you go into the book itself, when it talks about combining games, should you be playing Greek monsters, then it shows you what items equal what. So the orange items from Greek monsters are the purple from World of Monsters, the blue are the green, and the teal are the blue. That is fine and everything, but again, it's just, as more sets come out, that list is just going to get more and more confusing and weird and just long and unnecessary. So I think combining them shouldn't even have been an idea to begin with, but hey, they do what they do, and I think people like it, and this was the first one to do it. All right, let's do our board setup over here. I am going to put the Guardian first, and then the Fortune Teller, and then the Buccaneer, the order in which I had introduced them. And of course, all their items will go next to them. We'll just leave them a little bit closer to the board. Let's just put out the layers right now because, again, I'm using all of the layers in here, 2 blanks and 2 actual layers that are needed. So one goes to the door of the world up here. Next, Spindlewood Institute. See, it's very specific. So that's another reason why I feel like that's this is not a real place, but a place that's like in literature or something. Garden of the Risen and Thornvine Wood. So with all that, the layers are down, our heroes are to the side, and now rising from the depths come all of our items. All right, got a lot of items on the bottom half of the board here. Oh my goodness, like I shuffled them. So they were all like, in there randomly, so got a lot down here. Let's put our heroes down. The Guardian starts at the Arcane Forge, which is right here. The Fortune Teller is at Fool's Journey. Fool's Journey again, down on the bottom. Well, at least they all start with an item in their spot. And our Buccaneer starts at Scuttled Siren, which is also right here. Very nice. So he's not going to get his special action right away, but at least I can use one of his 3 turns in order to pick up these items and then kind of just start that process of constantly giving him 6 actions a turn. Now then, all of that set up, let's check out our perks. We're really just about to go over to the monsters and start talking about them, but you know what? We got to figure out what our special perks are for this particular run. So our first 3 are the Chrono Helm. Choose 1, move each monster up to 2 spaces, or move each hero up to 2 spaces. Okay, cool, that's fun. I like the way that these are designed here. It's like they're actual items that you use that do different things. It's the same kind of abilities that you're going to get from all the other Horrifieds, but I don't know. I like these perks. I really like just because they look really cool. Right on the same way with the Greek one, where I just enjoyed the images that went along with anything. Pneumatic Jetpack. Place a hero in any space. Whoa! A hero in any space? Holy geez, that is amazing. Wow, that's super powerful. Man, these guys are crazy. And then Location Inverter. Remember, it's 1 perk per hero that we have. I'm just going to call them heroes for right now because that's what they're called here. Place a hero in a monster's location and place that monster in the hero's. Oh, so it's swapping. You're swapping locations with a hero and a monster. Oh, that's really cool. That could be very helpful. Now we can come over here and start talking about the 3 monsters that we have. Always remember that any of the monsters you're not playing as will have on the back. So here we have Cthulhu right here, what you would use in order to defeat that guy. But on the back, it gives you all of the setup information for all the other monsters from the particular Horrified that you're in. We did the layers already. Cthulhu has like from here all the way down to here as far as his base. And then his course, the Corpse City of Relay once you defeat him the first time and then get rid of him fully. But we're only going to worry about the bottom chunks right there for right now. All right, all the way from his frigid home in the Himalayas, we have the Yeti, which is, Snow Bigfoot. But he doesn't act like Bigfoot from American Monsters. Instead, this guy right here needs to find his family. The Yeti has been around just as long as Bigfoot in terms of knowledge of, possible existence and finding, evidence that they're somewhere out there. Lots of footprints, lots of sightings, and everything. It's giant snow beast that's walking around, in the middle of the Arctic tundra. Very awesome character for Monsters, Inc. as well. As far as the Yeti goes, the objective, the Yeti only wants to survive, and humanity has stolen everything, including its children. Oh, man. Return the Yeti's children to remove its threat. See, as a father, this is something I definitely needed to bring out anyway. Snow Blast is his special power. The closest hero or citizen not in the Yeti's location takes 1 hit. This has no effect if everyone is in the Yeti's location. That's terrible. That's awful. That is a long-ranged attack that will always do 1 hit. Remember, everybody always has 1 health, so that's terrible. He is a frenzy monster of 1, the lowest one. We do have different colors as well, which I will talk about in a little bit, the new colors that you can use for anything else. And in order to defeat him, we have to reveal the Yeti's cave, which is a location, and then you use the guide to escort the Yeti's children to the Yeti's cave. Once there, place the Yeti's children on the empty space, which are all here. All these 3 are going to be on the map at one point. The Yeti's children are not villagers and cannot be attacked or moved by monsters or perk cards. So you have to just guide them. That's the only way you can move them is through guiding. Once they are all here in the Yeti's location, one of each type of item to defeat it. All 4 of these go on the board. Location number 1, the roaming wolf, is where the main Yeti is going to start. And then I have my first Yeti child starting at spot number 3. I don't think these need to be in any particular order, but I'm just going to go order I see them on the mat. 3, 5, so we got one right there. And this one is 6, the Stalwart Spire. Okay, so right here as well. These 2 are actually right next to each other. You're all the way over here, and the Yeti's by that way. So we have to find the Yeti's lair, which if it's here, that would make things so much easier, even if it was here. And then get all the Yeti children there. They go home, and then we tell Mr. Big Yeti that they're there, and he's happy. Moving on to ancient Egypt, we have the Sphinx. A lot of you may know this thing from the actual statue that's in Egypt. Half man, lion, wings, you know, all kinds of crazy stuff right there. But the Sphinx itself has been around for quite a while in terms of like Egyptian lore. It is a monster that delves in riddles and puzzles and asks you questions, and if you get them wrong, it eats you. So that is the whole thing. It's all about solving the riddles and the mysteries of the Sphinx, and that's, of course, what we have to do right here as well. A simple proposition for the objective: solve the Sphinx riddle or get eaten. There you go. To solve the puzzle, make sure the numbers sum up to the values printed on the ends of each rows or columns, which I will talk about in a moment. Its power is a lethal conundrum. As a group, discard 2 items with the same strength, or the terror increases by 1. Boo! Boo, we don't like any of that. As far as the advanced part goes, it's a little hard to see, so I'll probably put it up for a little easier to see. There are numbers along the side: 11, 10, 9, I think that's a 5 and a 7. Yeah, I had to look at it a little bit closer for me. So what you're going to be doing is, the first thing we'll do is we're going to go into our bag and we're going to pull out 1 item, and that's going to be our starting item. We have right here. So that's a number 3. We're only worried about strength. Color doesn't matter. It's all about strength. We have to have strengths equal to whatever the number is horizontally and vertically, or whatever, doesn't matter, for each of the rows. So this has to equal 7, but then this has to equal 11. While you're in the same spot as the Sphinx, you use an action to place 1 item on one of these remaining spots, thus giving you the ability to add up their strengths and get to the numbers that you need. You can also discard an item in order to remove something that's already placed, or you can move it as well. So you can actually shift it in different spots if there's open areas. Don't think you could swap. You could just move from one space to another. So once all 6 have been solved and you're able to gain the correct addition problems going across and up and down, we've outwitted the Sphinx. And once you've correctly done that, we go to the location, and it is 6+ worth of green to defeat it. Frenzy monster of 2. So that means he's going to start at space number 2. We're right up here in the Spectral Trail Caravan. I like how the monsters are up here and we're all down here. That's very weird. I do actually like that they put the frenzy like fire markers on the board. It just makes it a lot easier to stare at and like find it quickly. Plus, I don't think in this one, maybe it is in this one. I gotta remember as we go, but definitely in D&D. There are new monster cards that say, send a monster back to their starting location. So as long as you know their frenzy number, you know where their starting location is. And it's just another thing that you can do in order to help move the monsters around, get them out of your way, and predict where they're going to go. So that I do like. That is a really good addition to the game. And finally, the 4th monster that we have is the Jiangshi. This is a Chinese vampire zombie. Pretty much exactly what that is. They are the undead that have risen, and they suck souls from their victims. So, you know, they have that vampiric ability to them where they're like draining their victims of whatever. And of course, they are undead. They're almost ghost-like as well because they disappear and reappear in different areas. The Jiangshi, as far as the objective goes, is a restless corpse seeking to feed on the energy of the living. Stop the Jiangshi by crafting a mystical blade powered by an ancient ritual under moonlight. Sure, most of that's just flavor, but we will go with that. The power is drain vital energy. After dealing all damage, place the Jiangshi in the location of the player taking the next turn. This includes if the player has already been defeated because they are taking the next turn, which means that the Jiangshi will appear on the spot that they come back into the game from, which I forget what that is at the moment, but I do mention it at some point through it. How to defeat the Jiangshi? We need to construct the coin sword. You reveal the Moon Shrine, which is the second location within World of Monsters, and at that location we discard an item, placing a coin sword token that matches the item's strength onto the pattern, or I can move or remove any coin sword tokens. That's what these are over here. And as you can see, there are different strengths and sizes of them. So like a 5 would be able to put this one onto the sword for the purple. A 2 green could put that onto the sword. And you can move them around, like shift them around this way, but you can't like flip them. At least not to my knowledge, because I would, if you could flip them, I feel like they would be the same thing on the other side, but there's a lot of different options and for you to be able to get all of these on the sword. And then again, you can also move them around later on. You just need the items to do it. And finally, once the sword is completed, we do dispossessed in order to defeat it. In the Jiangshi's location, you discard 9+ worth of purple, and then that will use the sword in order to defeat it. Frenzy monster of 3. He has 4 symbols on him, by the way, so he will be activating a lot. So he is right here at the House of Dusk with this little Yeti guy as well. So with that, he is there. The symbols that are kind of a carryover from Greek monsters are all the same color. So really all you gotta do is look at the symbol and the color in order to match it. Again, if you're colorblind, I don't really know how that's gonna work per se, but for this particular one, the monster colored symbols are the eyes are purple, the daggers are orange, blue wrenches, yellow ghosts, green tincture, which is like a container of some sort, brown gears, teal jewels, and the red hands. Okay, and if any of these show up on the monster cards, that monster takes their action. Speaking of taking actions, let's get this started with the Guardian. Remember, our terror is at 0 right now. If it ever reaches 7, we lose. And then if we ever need to draw from the monster deck and we cannot, then we lose as well. Winning destroy is when we defeat all 3 of the monsters. All right, Mr. Guardian down here, 5 actions because that's just silly. Action number 1, take that. We're going to go action number 2. Action number 3, we're going to grab this dude right here. Action number 4, we'll go down to where the fortune teller is. And action number 5, we'll just move on over to the curse, to the Garden of the Rising, right? Okay, so let's pick up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is good. Because she can pick up this cursed tome, move over to the Garden of the Rising, and see if this is the Yeti's lair or not. And again, all items will just kind of store over to the side over here, and I'll just put them next to them as I collect them going forward. End of Guardian's turn. First card, we have Monster Action, Vital Energy, 2 new items on the board. Looks like a Jiangshi right there. Each hero and villager moves 2 spaces towards the eye monster closest to them. The frenzy goes, the gear monsters go. Okay, I don't actually, oh no, Jiangshi, oh no. All right, well the good thing about these guys is they actually do not count as villagers. However, the only eye monster is the Jiangshi. So it's 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. Yeah, that's a problem because my Guardian is not in the same area as these guys, so, oh boy. So just to kind of show it over here, we do have the frenzy monster going, so that would be the Yeti, and whoever has the gear would go, which is the Jiangshi right here. So he is going to attack. But first we'll have the Yeti, we'll have the Yeti move. It really doesn't matter, it's 6 and 1/2 dozen the other. So we'll move to the House of Dawn, just to kind of roam around there a little bit. Before I have him attack, I will put the 2 items on the board. I should have did that before I moved the Yeti, but figure I'd do that because first off, I can get these 2 items down and see where they go. Clockwork Village is the first one. Again, always trying to figure out where things are. Arcade Forge is down here, so I got that. Clockwork Village. Oh, it's where our Guardian is. Fantastic. So our Jiangshi is going to roll 3 dice, and whoever is going to be the fortune teller, I'm telling you right now, when they die and they come off the board, they're going to come back at the reviving stone, which of course is right near where the Sphinx is, because why not? All right, 3 attacks, boom, 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 and yeah, that's it. It doesn't matter. Whatever the Shang, it only is attacking once, so that's good, but yeah, she's going to have to come off the board. I'm going to leave my Buccaneer there, because I was just going to have him grab that and then run away. Terror whoosh, goes to 1 already on the first turn. Fun. And then normally she would just stand here until her next turn being off the board, but now it's her turn, so she gets to go to the reviving throne. Yeah, right up in here. All right. First thing we're going to do is we're going to use for a free action, look at the top of the monster deck. This way I can see who's going to go and when. This is going to go right back on top. All right, so we're going to have a monster action, nowhere to hide. Each monster with that like cup thing removes all items from the closest space containing items. So that's just the Yeti doing its thing. The Yeti's then going to move 1, and then the Sphinx is going to move 1. So if that's the case, I don't want the Sphinx attacking my fortune teller. So with that knowledge as we have, we're just going to use 4 actions to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll put you at the Skybound Galleon, because I think that's still far enough away from the Jiangshi, and just kind of get you back down here, hopefully collecting some items as they spawn. Okay, so now we draw the top card, as we know what it is. Monster action, nowhere to run. I should put the 2 down first in case that breaks the tie of the 2 items that are nearest to the Yeti. It destroys things and then goes crazy. All right. 2 items on the board. Here we are. We got 2 right here. Move the bag to the side. North Station, which is all the way up there. And Thornvine Woods, which is down here, which is really good. That's actually very good. I want to get down there in order to like do something here to reveal layers and everything. Okay, so the Yeti right here has 2 in equal distance. I'm going to use the strength as the tiebreaker, so this item is going to get discarded. Now the frenzy monster goes, which is the Yeti, so he'll move 1, and then the monster with a diamond goes, which is only the Sphinx, and everyone's kind of down here, so I think the Sphinx is just going to move 1. So they're not moving a lot. They would attack a lot, but at least they're just slowly getting themselves around. Okay. Buccaneer's turn. Buccaneer's only going to get 3 actions because I don't have any items in it in order to do his special ability, but he's just going to go 1 to pick that up, and then 2 and 3 back to the Scuttled Siren because he would rather pick these up on his next turn to make sure that he always has something to do his 6 actions with. Once you start getting him items, then he becomes way, way more useful. I kind of really liked looking at that card to plan that out, but hey. Citizen goes down. James and Betty. They start at the South Station. Notes, the safest way to traverse town is aboard the night train, but the conductor sings such moulding tunes. The Frenzy Monster goes, and the Yeti goes, and the Sphinx goes. Oh, goodness. Yeti goes twice, and the Sphinx goes once. All right, these 2 start down here, all the way on the bottom, and they need to get up there to the door of the world, so that's a long journey for them. We got 3 items going down. I'm gonna get that nice good mix on this. 1, 2, 3 down, which is good. First we have Steam Plant right there. I like the way that one looks. That's a really cool looking spot. Clockwork Village, that is where our Guardian is. Fantastic, because he could use that for sure. And Mary's Mill. Is that where the Yeti is? Yeah, it's where the Yeti is. Fantastic. All right. Very small spots there. All right. Now, Frenzy Monster is going to go first, and that's the Yeti. So he's going to move 2. He's going to move 1, 2. He's actually in a spot with his spawn, so I really don't know why he's waiting to do anything else. But he is going to then take his second turn and move down to South Station, where he is going to attack Jack and Betty for 2 dice, exclamation, and a hit. So the bad thing is that they are dead, smacked around by the Yeti, who probably thinks that they're trying to get his kids. Oh, so that's going to go for 1 more there. See, now his power is the closest hero or citizen not in his location takes a hit. Can I defend that? I should be able to defend that, shouldn't I? I'm going to say I'm going to be able to defend that. And that's unfortunately going to be the Buccaneer because it's 1, 2, 3 away. The Guardian is 4 away at best, so he's going to hit the Buccaneer, and the Buccaneer is going to put up his Cutlass of Spirits, and that's a 6. Oh my goodness, that's huge. It was a big one. And block the snowball or whatever that's coming at him. Now, unfortunately, he doesn't have any items, but that's okay. I'm going to get my placement marker out because I can already tell I'm starting to have a little issue figuring out who's next. Speaking of which, Guardian is going to go. Guardian has 5 actions. He's going to go 1, 2. He's actually going to give, we're going to give one of these to the Buccaneer just so he can have an item back. So that was move for 1, pick up for 1, move for 2, trade for 3, move down for 4, and then the Guardian is going to use the other item he picked up, the Burning Helm, in order to flip over this. Hey, the Yeti's Cave! Oh my goodness, that's great! Do I need an action to put him in there? Nope, all it says is once there, place the Yeti's children in the empty space, and that dude's already there, so 1 out of 3 children saved, and the other 2 are very, very close. What's crazy is the Buccaneer could probably do it on his next turn, should he not die. Celestial Empowerment, nothing goes on the board. Move each ghost monster 3 spaces towards the hero with the most items. Oh no, oh no. All right, nothing goes on the board. Now we have to do the ghosts, which you're a ghost and you're a ghost, and it's towards the hero with the most items. 3 spaces, so you're in the space with the Guardian and you're in the space with the Buccaneer. So now the Frenzy monster goes twice. So the Yeti's going to attack once for 3 against our Guardian. Jeez. Oh, ow. Oh my goodness. Well, it's going to get hit twice. It's going to get hit twice because I'm just going to not bother to defend here. So, ow, that's that. So he goes down, and then the exclamation point fires at the Buccaneer, and I really don't want to have to lose that, so he goes down as well. Oh my goodness, we're at 4, and we're only a few in. Ooh, boy. Okay, we'll put you here, and we put you here. Oh, I need to keep you safe, which I don't think is going to happen because the Yeti will go again, so he's going to go there. And the Sphinx moves down 1. Okay, no, she's just far enough away to keep her out of there. Oh my goodness. All right, I got it. She got to run. She has to run. Speaking of which, it is the fortune teller's turn. Let's see what the monster's card is going to be before we do any of our actions. All right, here we go. Flip. Nothing's going to go on the board. Deja vu. For each monster, draw and place an item token and place the monster in that space. Frenzy monster is going to go, and then the eye, which is the Jiangshi. So I got to use all 4 again to just get her out of there. And actually, we're going to do this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and she's going to pick up both of these for 4, just so she has some defense on her. And my perk cards really don't do anything because they're all like just in a very bad spot right now. Oh, goodness. All right. Again, nothing goes down. For each monster, draw and place an item and place that monster on that space, and then things go. Could be bad, but hopefully they'll just go in a better spot. All right, so we'll start with the Yeti, just because he is the lowest frenzy. So the first one I draw is the House of Dusk. It's Dawn over here, Dusk. So the Yeti bloops right over there. Let's do the Sphinx next, which is South Station. Here, all the way down there. And the Jiangshi is going to Skybound Galleon, which is right here, which is actually only 1 away. Fantastic. Okay, that actually worked out pretty good because she's still so far away. Frenzy monster moves 1. Boom. And then the eyeball monster moves, which is the Jiangshi, and he's going to move into the void, getting close to her. I'm pretty sure that's a valid space. Nothing in the rulebook tells me that's not a valid space, by the way. Okay. Let's start doing our thing now. Can't keep a good skelly down. Buccaneer comes back into play. He's up here at the reviving throne. Before we do anything, we got 2 things to set up. First, location inverter. Place the hero in a monster's location and place the monster in the hero's old location. Swapping places with the Griffin. So, I'm sorry, the Sphinx. So, blop and blop. So, that's first things first. Sphinx goes all the way up here. He is down here. Second thing he's going to do is use his action in order to spend this to give him 4 additional actions. So he now has 6 actions for his turn. 1, pick up for 2, guide for 3, push for 4. Hooray, guess what? That's all 3 Yeti children back into the cave at the Garden of the Risen. Wow, that went a lot faster than I thought it was going to, so good for them. Let me move these, and then we're going to do 5, and I think what I'm going to do there is I'm going to spend this 3 green in order to flip this over and reveal nothing, so that's just out of there. Because we still got to find the Jiangshi's lair. But that was 6 actions for him. He still has 2 items in the pocket, and I think next turn, if I can get him survive long enough, he can spend this purple to gain back the 6, pick what he has up, and then go and defeat the Yeti. Or just do a lot of blocking between then and now, who knows. Another citizen comes in, to little meatbag. Mrs. Spindlewood, start at the House of Dusk. Ooh, who doesn't know the revered Splendorwood, caretakers of the artifacts that wash up on our lake shore. Okay, so Frenzy moves 1 space, and the Gear Monster, which is the Jiangshi. All right, well, she's going to die probably, because that's right where the smell meat, yum. All right, you hairy dude, we got your kids back at home now. You got to get yourself back there in order to take care of them, all right? Be the good father that we know you are. 1, 2, gotta get 1 more, and 3. All right, Wells, Ware's Observatory. Okay, so the observatory is right there. Gardens of the Risen. It's right down here, and the roaming wolf is up there. All right, good. Now the things happen. You're going to move in and roll 2 dice. I really don't like the exclamation point for the Yeti. Blank and a hit. Well, there goes that then. So 1 more bites to dust. Oh, Miss Spindlewood, we barely knew ye well at all. And up to 5 of 7. Oh, I'd like to at least beat 1 of them, because I'm going to do the same roll like I've been doing for all the other ones. If you beat a monster, you can lower the gauge by 1, because you're just making things less horrifying where you are. Oh no, I just realized Shang-Chi's going to move down here with the Buccaneer. Uh-oh. Be gentle? That's not very gentle at all. That is 1 and 1. All right, well, I'm just going to go ahead and ting-ting and block that right there. But now the Jiangshi is going to teleport. The next one that's going to go is the Guardian, and he's actually going to spawn right here in the Revival Throne. So yes, boom, Jiangshi is going to pop right there. Speaking of which, here is our Guardian. He goes now. So yeah, he's up here. I do have the ability to move monsters, but I think I'm not going to bother with that right now. He does have 5 movement on him. Let's go ahead and move. Okay, we'll go 1, 2, 3. Free action to push her up that way. 4, 5. Get him closer to my Buccaneer, just to give a little bit more defense on him should any of the other monsters come down this way. Plus, it just keeps them further away, you know, the space between them and the monsters. I do have the ability to place a hero in any space as well, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. Monster action. All right, 3 go down. Gyrocopter search. Turn a revealed layer face down, then mix up all face down layers. Okay, well, technically, the one, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, move the frenzy marker to the next monster. Ew. So technically, this is still here up. I'm just going to choose it doesn't really matter. It doesn't. I'm just going to take the 3 that I have already out and mix them up. First, though, let's go ahead and 1, 2, 3 items on the board. First is Spindlewood Institute. That's up this way, Spindlewood Institute. And then we have Garden of the Risen, which is down here. And Where's Observatory right there. I was thinking about putting the Guardian there to grab stuff, but I'm okay otherwise. So with that said, I'm then going to take this layer, and the Yeti's Cave, all of which doesn't really matter at this point, but sure, mix them up. I still just need 1 layer in order to figure it out, so I'm still searching for 3 no matter what. And it would be 1, 2, 3, as that's where the lairs were. Frenzy monster also moves. So we have the Sphinx going once, and then the Yeti going once. Okay. This should be fine because if you go 1, 2, 3, close, but not there, which is fine. And it is her turn next. And then the Yeti is going to go 1, 2, 3, getting closer to these guys over here. She's actually in a pretty good position having an item with her and next to something as well. But first, we use her fortune-telling ability. All right, so what will the next monster card be? All right, each monster, all items from the closest spot. Okay, so the Yeti is going to destroy everything that is there. The Sphinx is going to go. It's going to move 1 space. You know it's going to move 2 spaces and roll 2 dice because it is this frenzied monster. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to kind of lead the Sphinx down. But first thing that she's going to do is she's going to spend this burning helm right here with a strength of 3 in order to flip this over. And hey, awesome. All right, so we found where the coins need to go. In there, we would discard the item in order to start building the sword. I'm going to more worry about trying to, 1, survive, and then 2, beat the Yeti first. So that was action 1. 3 more actions, 2, 3, and 4 right down in here. I wish I had another action to pick that. You know what? No, I changed my mind. 2, 3, 4 down here with the Guardian. Help me, help me, help me. The Sphinx is going to come at me. Doesn't really help much at all that I know that the Yeti is really close too, but that's all right. Speaking of which, 2 items go on the board. The Yeti destroys all the items in, well, its space. And then the Sphinx is going to move. It's going to go twice, but it is going to get an attack off. All right, so first things first. Let's go ahead and drop down 2 items. The first one is Stilltown. Is that a new place? Yeah, it's like this weird little watery Venice-style place right there. And then the Spectral Trail Caravan right there. It's going to stomp around and destroy these items right here. So those are gone. And now the Sphinx moves. He moves once, twice, and now he's in the space with 2. I'm just going to roll the 3 dice. Both of these characters have 1 item apiece, so let's just hope for some blanks. And we didn't get any of the blanks. We got 1 hit, and we got 2 hits and 1 blank. So at least one of them is gone. So I'm just going to take the Fortune Teller off the board because I think the Guardian is better off here as is. No need for her to lose anything. Fine right there. End of turn. Did I push this up? I can't remember if I pushed it up. I don't think I did. So yeah, now we're 1 away from dead. All right, Buccaneer goes. What really stinks is I needed all 1 of each different color item. And I don't have enough actions in order to do it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. First things first, we're going to spend this in order to give the Buccaneer 6 actions. I know I need this blue, but what I am going to do is we are going to go ahead and play the jetpack over here, the pneumatic jetpack on him. Place a hero in any space. We're going to place him in a spot with a blue item. Actually, no, before we do that, I've spent the 1 action, so I have 6. First action is to take these 2 things. Free action, using the jetpack to go over here. We're still at 1 action. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then for the 6th action, we'll go ahead in the Yeti's location, use 1 of each type of item, 1, 2, and 3 right here, in order to quell this beast and get him off the board, folding this over and closing the book on this guy. So now I'm going to say that goes down by 1 and gives us a little bit more of a fighting chance, even though it probably won't matter. And the Yeti comes off the board. Now the frenzy is already at the Sphinx, so it doesn't really matter at that point, but I'm just happy that we managed to defeat 1 of these guys. And of course the Buccaneer has no items on him, so this is going to be bad. 1 item goes down, destruction, move each eyeball monster to the closest lair location. That's right where Jiangshi is. And then that's it. Oh no, Jiangshi does go again. Okay. All right, so 1 item goes down on the board. Wish there was more, but that's fine. This is the Door of the World that's up here. And that's actually where he's going because he's the only eyeball monster right now. So he is up there. Frenzy monster doesn't go, so we don't have to worry about the Sphinx going anywhere. However, he is a gear monster as well, moving 2 spaces. So he'll go 1, 2 right there. Could be better, could be worse, but it is the Guardian's turn. All right, 1 pick up for 2, 3, 4, and you're coming with me for 5, sir, right up in here, just to get you a little bit further away. And I know you need items, but just put some distance between you and the monsters. I mean, the Sphinx is close in order to be able to do like that math problem thing and everything, but for right now, I just kind of need to collect items first. Whiteout. Okay, that's good. Oh no. Each red hand monster deals 1 damage to the closest hero or villagers if they're within 3 spaces. Are you kidding? Wow. Just wow to this game. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So yeah, you're a red hand monster, and so is the Jiangshi, and they're both 3 spaces away from my spots right there. The best I'm going to do to make sure I don't lose the game is block both of them with 2 items. Oh, goodness. And then the blue wrench monster would go, but that's neither of them. Speaking of 2 items, let's go ahead and just drop these 2 down. And now my guys have absolutely no defense on them. I grabbed 3, I just threw one of them back. Absolutely no defense on them whatsoever. We have the South Station right there and Door of the World way up here. Oh no, well, fortune teller, let's see if she can predict how bad our future is. We'll put her at the Reviving Thrones and check out what the top monster card is. Oh, don't let the Frenzy monster go. Don't let anything go for that matter. Move each monster 2 spaces towards the closest, or 2, yeah. Oh, so they'd be moving together, but there are no, wrench monsters on the board. I gotta move them away because they'll each move 2 spaces. They will each move 2 spaces. Okay, so I think before she goes, I am gonna go ahead and use this Chrono Helm, which is my last perk. Unfortunately, we got to use all 3, and I haven't been able to do much of anything else. But I'm gonna throw the Sphinx 1 space here, and it's each monster 2 spaces. And then you'll go 1, 2. They're going to both move 2 spaces to the Garden of the Risen, which is right here next to everybody. Do I want to do that? Hang on. Let me back that up. Let me think here. 2 spaces. 1, 2, 1, 2. There. Push them off a little bit more. Keep them further away from my Guardian and my Buccaneer. Yes, I do need to go on to that side, but for right now, we're going to go 1, 2, pick up for 3, and move here for 4. So now she's starting to collect a bunch of items and hopefully enough that we need in order to start building that sword. I need a lot more purple as well because that's going to be the main thing in order to take down the Jiangshi. He has 4 symbols that trigger him, so that's my most dangerous one yet. All right, here we go. All right, Aquatic Convergence, 2 go in. And once again, there are no blue wrench monsters out, so don't have to worry about that. All right, House of Dawn, which is where the Jiangshi is, and the Skull Sirens is right where we are, actually. Very good. I'm gonna, well, it's the Buccaneer's turn next, so he's gonna pick those up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think the Sphinx is gonna go 2 down here, and Jiangshi is gonna move 2 towards the fortune teller. All right, sadly, the Buccaneer will not get all of his moves, but he'll be able to power up for the next turn. And he is just going to be like, yoink, I'm a pirate. I'm taking all the items. Sorry, me boy. That was 1, 2, and he's going to take that one for 3. Because pirates be pirating, and that's what he does. Maybe it's a bad thing because the Guardian doesn't have anything, but hey, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Come on, just put a citizen out and have nobody move. Folie du, or something like that. Sure, why not? 3 go down. Each monster moves 1 space towards the closest hero. Move the frenzy marker. Well, I'm glad I got all of those items onto the fortune teller because I think she's going to need them. All right, 1, 2, 3. A lot of blue items right here. Sure. Spectral Trail Caravan, right where she is. Good. I hope she can pick those up next turn. Skybound Galleon and Clockwork Village. All right, boom, boom. These 2 spots right there. Of course, the Buccaneer just picked up. Hey, there's an item now for the Guardian. Good for him. All right, Sphinx will go first, moving 1 space towards the closest hero. And then Jiangshi will move 1 space towards the closest hero. And this will shift, which is at one hand good because the Sphinx doesn't go, but then on the other hand bad because the Jiangshi now attacks. At least he's just attacking for 2, and he's attacking our fortune teller, which can block, and she will go ahead and block with a phone. She will throw the phone at it and scare it by its modern technology, thus surviving that attack. All right, Guardian's gonna go, and he's gotta get moving. All right, 1 pickup for 2. How many guide actions can you use? Can I just guide him? I'm gonna go. That's a free action right there. I'm gonna say that. It was 1 pickup for 2, 3 guide, 4, and then pick up for 5. Can I do that? It doesn't say once per turn. And guiding is just pushing or pulling a hero. So if I can move him up here, he can start, grabbing items really fast with 6 actions and making that sword as fast as he can. That's the plan. That's what I'm going with. And again, it doesn't say on here, may use a guide action on a hero with their permission. Well, the Buccaneer gave permission. This does not take an action. It didn't say once per round like all the other ones do. Or once per turn, I should say. So, it's another problem with the Horrified going later on, like these later ones where there's a lot of things that they put in that are like, oh, these are cool abilities, but there's just not enough explanation about like what certain things do and what they don't do. Shinya, well, that's a weird thing, sure. Starts in the arcade forge. When the steam plant manager fell into the lake, his soul was followed by a fish, a minor inconvenience. All right, so 3 are going to go down, and Jiangshi is going to go twice, but they're only going to be rolling 1 dice apiece, so that's pretty good. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, which is good right here. 3 more items down. Spellcraft Institute. I just want to look now. South Station, I know where that is right away. And Spellcraft Institute again. Both over here. Okay, good. Don't too far away for anybody. Maybe the fortune teller will be able to get there. We got Shinya here is starting at the Steam Forge, Arcade Forge, all the way down the bottom. Needs to get to the Steam plant. I don't think that's going to happen. The Frenzy monster goes and the Ghost monster goes. Which again is both the Jiangshi right here, so they don't need to move anywhere, but they are only going to attack for 1 dice. So first move, okay, so he's actually going to jump to the spot where the next person is going to go, which is the fortune teller, so perfect. That means nothing happens. Oh, and nothing happens again. Fantastic. Finally, things are going our way. Good, good, good. All right. Again, what is the card? We're going to flip this over, and we're just going to look at it. Descent into madness. Nothing goes down. Each jewel monster, which is just the Sphinx, moves to the closest hero. Boo. And then nobody actually goes. So that's good. The Sphinx is going to move, but that's it. You know what? I think I'm going to have her start going after the Sphinx then. So we're going to action number 1, action number 2, action number 3, action number 4, moving her down to the crossroads. She has a lot of stuff here that I'm going to have to, a lot of boring math later on in order to kind of figure out where to put on the Sphinx forward. But I think the Sphinx is going to jump to her spot. And if not, she's very close in order to be able to just get onto it. So we know nothing happens. The jeweled monster, which is the Sphinx, goes to the closest hero. The frenzy monster, which is the Jiangshi, does not do anything. And there is no monster that has that like canister on it. Yes, because the guys over here are 1, 2, 3, 4 away, and she's 1, 2, 3 away. So the Sphinx immediately jumps onto her. Now, she needs to survive until the next turn in order to be able to start solving this riddle. Now, it is the Buccaneer's turn. The Buccaneer is going to spend... What is he going to spend? I'm going to spend this green 2 here to give him 6 actions and then start doing the Jiangshi sword. Where's my path here? Oh, I can't actually go this way. Oh, man. Oh, I thought I'd be able to get a little better. Okay, well, we're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up for 5, and then action number 6, just throw something on there. And I'll spend this green 3 to take this green 3 and just pop this right here. Or maybe right here would be the... Let's do that. Let's put it up here, because then if I can get 4... No, I have a different one. Maybe over here. No, we'll put it right here for right now. This is the fun part about the Jiangshi, is figuring out the puzzle to do this. I have a 6, which I could use for here to do a whole lot of stuff, but I want to save that to fight him. So we're just going to leave that for right now, and that's going to be the end of the Buccaneers' turn. All right. New citizen, Rami goes down. Ramia, whatever, sure. Thornwood Woods, perhaps Rami would capture better footage of his documentary if he weren't actually running away. All right, we'll put 3 down on the board. So we got our 3 right here. Oh, nice, 1 of each color, very good. House of Dawn, good. Start grabbing some of that stuff. Spectral Trail Caravan, and Stilltown, which is where the Guardian is. Perfect. Thornwood Woods is right here, and he needs to go to the caravan. Now the Jiangshi is going to go. He's actually, this is going to be bad, because he's going to go 1, because she is closest, and 2, and he's going to roll 3 dice on her. Oh boy. Oh no. Yeah, there it is. There it is. All right. I mean, she could defend. Do I want her to defend? Yeah, we'll defend. She'll ting away the 1 damage from the attack with the Simon's Whip, Simon's Lash. And then he is going to teleport to the Guardian's location, because that's who's going next. You know what? Sure. Action number 1, pick that up. Action number 2, we'll go to the Void. 3, 4, and then action number 5, I'm just going to put this here for the Sphinx. So I need a 5 here, a 2 here, and a 4 here in order to make it all work. Oh man, I hope that works. In any case, that is the end of his turn. Another citizen goes down. Okay, Clockwork Village for Jennifer. A steward in training, Jennifer, gives us all hope the terrestrial plane will remain safe. I hope you're right, Jennifer. I really, really hope you are. Right now, things are not looking very well for our heroes. Roaming Wolf, which is up here. That's really good, actually. I'm glad that it's near here. Fool's Journey down there, and North Station right here. Frenzy Monster goes, moves 1. Frenzy Monster was right there. Everyone's over there, so that's that. And then the Jeweled Monster goes, which is just the Sphinx in the same spot. Sphinx is going to attack the Guardian for 2 rolls, doing 1, and he will ding it off with a camera. Boom, deflecting that attack. Okay, Fortune Teller goes. We check the monster card, and then we see what we can do about the Sphinx thing. I'm actually going to grab all of these so I can have a better look at them.
A lot of boring math later.
All right, I think I'm going to be in trouble here because I need a 5. We got a new one that's going down. Citizen Frenzy Monster, so we know that that's Jiangshi moving 1 in, rolling 2, and the Sphinx is going to attack as well. So both of the monsters are going to attack next turn. All right, so we got 4 actions in order to deal with this. First thing I'm going to do is action number 1. That's going to go there. Action number 2, we'll put this one right there. So now, as you can see, what I have is 3 and 4 is 7, so that works. 3 and 2 is 5, so that works. And then 4 plus 2 plus 4 is 10, so that works. Unfortunately, I need a 5 strength to go here in order to solve the riddle. 5s do exist. They definitely exist in purple, and I have them. I've used them. I just don't have any on me at the moment, and that is a problem. I would also need 6 strength worth of green in order to defeat this thing, so what I'm going to instead do is just give one of these to the Guardian for her final action, I should say. Final action. They're both going to stay right in the same spot and hope for the best. Maybe, just maybe, something will go on the board in order to help them. All right, let's get Marie. Marie starts down here at the Fool's Journey, going to the House of Dawn. There's so many citizens down here, so many that are just chilling out and not going anywhere, and that's fine. Again, everything is now moved to the upper part of the board. Guardian of the Risen, that is a 2 strength. Hey, it's a 5. Mary's Mill, that is so far away. That's bad. House of Dawn, Dusk is over here, Dawn over there. Hey, wow. Our Buccaneer is going to have a lot of stuff to do. All right, moving on in. We'll have the Jiangshi go first because they're the Frenzy Monster doing 1 hit. Let's ting that off from the Guardian. Pop, 1 dodge. Now the Sphinx is going to go because they're the only jeweled monster with another hit. Ting that off from the Fortune Teller. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And again, with the Buccaneer, I'm going to have to figure out what to do. Well, first thing, obviously, I'm doing is I'm taking this number 2, doing that, and then activating his 6 abilities for the turn. All right, well, 6 abilities. 1, 2, he's going to pick up all these for 3, 4, 5, 6. I know. It was just collecting, but he needs the items in order to figure out what to do with the sword. It's nice that he has them all and everything, but he needs as much as he can in order to get the stuff over there in order to fill this thing out. And then he needs the purples in order to finally defeat this ghost. Not that it matters. I feel like this is probably going to be the end of it anyway. All right, destruction. Sure, why not? Oh, that might actually save us. Oh, wow. I mean, not so much save us, but like buy us a little bit more time. 1 more item goes onto the board. A 2 at Wells Observatory. That's not going to help at all. You're going to go to the closest location. Nope, that's not going to save us. I take it back. Because the Frenzy Monster doesn't go. The Gear Monster goes, which is the Jiangshi. Moving back. Rolling. Come on, be exclamation point or blank. It's a blank. Yes, it's a blank. Yes, it's a blank. All right, good. Buccaneer's so greedy. Guardian's turn. Guardian's going to do free action. Push her here. Move for 1. Pick up for 2. Free action. 3. Free action. 4. Pick up. Nope, not going to pick that up for 5. I'm going to let her pick it up because the Sphinx is going to come on over and everything. So the Guardian's just going to move back up 1. Maybe he won't even move. Hang on. Yeah, he's just going to stay right here. That's it. Pushed her over in here. That's fine. That's great. He is now standing his ground, waiting for if either one of these two come on over to attack him. And then the fortune teller on her turn can actually do what she needs to do. Unfortunately, she's not going to be able to kill the Sphinx, but give it something to think about. Morgan gets onto the board at Mary's Mill. Whenever the void gives us an awful fright, Morgan appears. That's a lot of O's. The villagers' emotions manifest the spirit. Right where we are, too. That's fun. Where she needs to go? The Fool's Journey, all the way on the bottom. I guess because she's a ghost. It's being all scary like. 1, 2, and come on. There we go. 3. All right. Fool's Journey. That's where we got to go with that one. That's fine. What is that one that fell? Steam Plant. I wish I had grabbed that beforehand. And Skybound Galleon. Right down over here. All right. Now that that's all done, the Frenzy Monster goes, and then every hand monster goes, which are both of them. All right. Frenzy, he moves up 1. And then both hand monsters go. We'll start with the Frenzy Monster. So moving into the Guardian space. Rolling 2 dice. All right, so he actually teleports 1 space ahead. Gets away from our Guardian and move up 1. But nobody died, so yeah. Maybe I just then run around with the fortune teller in order to collect some items and like come on the backside of the Griffin. I keep calling it a Griffin. Backside of the Sphinx in order to kill it. All right, here we go. We're looking at this. We're not activating it. This is the fortune teller's ability to see what it is. Another citizen, Howard, the owl guy. Hello. I'll read that later. Frenzy goes, so that'll be Jiangshi rolling 2 dice, and then that's it. So that'll be all that he does. Okay. All right, so we're going to pick up for 1. I need a lot of green in order to beat this thing. 2. I don't want it to attack that either. We're going to go 3 and 4, and she can pick that up on the next turn. Only because, again, I need that 5 in order to solve the riddle, but I also need green in order to kill it. The Buccaneer has a lot of green on him right now, but I want him to focus on the sword. The Jiangshi actually might go up to him at that point. So we know that Howard, hello, my name is Howard, and I am the historian of sorts, and owl of sorts. He's over here on the spires with Morgan. 3 go on the field, running out of the end of this too, so I'm fine with that. So 1, 2, 3. Do we got another 5 on purple? A 6. Wow, the Arcane Forge is way down there, though. House of Dusk for a 2 on green and a 3 on green on the Steam Plant. Okay, all right, that's a little bit better. I like that. And once again, our frenzy monster is going to go. I'm going to say he's going to go up here to the Buccaneer because the Buccaneer has the most items on him, and he's the most threatening to our guy right now. One hit and then teleports right where he is. So the Buccaneer will use this number 2 blue in order to ding that away. Awesome. All right, Buccaneer goes. Oh no, let's see. Do I have any more 2s? I do have another 2 in there. All right, so we're going to spend this green 2 in order to give him 6 actions. Now, I'm going to mentally look at this and figure out how to make a sword.
Many, many minutes later.
Okay, I can make the sword. I can't beat him, but I can make the sword. Let's move this up a little bit just so we can see a little bit better. I'm going to legitimately play, I could retcon this and say, oh, this is in a different spot. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to spend this blue 1 to move this up here. Then I'm going to spend this green 4 to move this here. I'm going to spend my purple 6, which is a lot that I could use to defeat him. But man, does it fill it up very fast to put that there. We'll then go with a purple 2 and a purple 3 to take this 3 right here and this 2 right here. Ha ha ha! And there it is, the coin sword of legends. Ah, that was 1 to do the move and then 2, 3, 4, 5 actions. I do have a 4 left, but I need 9 strength in order to be able to defeat this thing. So with the 1 left, we're just going to run away from it for right now. I'm sure it's going to chase me and everything, but the Guardian's right next to me. We should hopefully be able to help. He is at 2 purple. If we can lead them, again, down in order to collect some purples and then run away, we might have a chance of beating this thing. Everything is like right there at the edge of being defeated. It's just a matter of it happening. All right, Celestial Empowerment. Move each ghost monster 3 spaces toward here with the most items. Okay, Frenzy goes and the sword goes. This might be the end of it, everybody. This might be the end. So that moves down there. Now the Frenzy would go, which is him, and this is a sword. So in the same spot as our Buccaneer, we roll 3 dice from the Jiangshi. And, all right, well, he will. Oh man, do I just take the hit? We'd be 1 away, but I need that 4. That 4 is so powerful. I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the hit. Oh, this could be bad. You come off the board. You move up 1, and then zoop, you jump there. I know. That's really risky right now, but I need this 4 in order to try to beat him. She has a 5, but I need that 5 else. Oh no. The purples are so strong. You're going to move up here to the Guardian. You're going to roll 3, and if it's 3 hits, we lose. It is not 3 hits. It's 2 hits, but I'm not going to do anything else. We'll ting. Oh no. Nope. We've lost. Because it's the first time we've rolled this. As a group, discard 2 items with the same strength or increase the terror gauge by 1. The 2 that had the same strength were the same 2 that the Guardian had. You 2 don't have anything. And my friends, that pushes this up to the highest amount. And the monsters has overtaken the town. So, I mean, as far as the monsters go, I love this. I love these puzzles. Every single time I play a Horrified, I love seeing the different ways that you would need to interact with the monsters in order to be able to defeat them and get them out of there and everything. It just keeps exciting me every single time. Even if this particular one out of the Horrified series was the weakest in my opinion, this was still a lot of fun in order to figure out how to get this to work. You guys have no idea how much time I took for that. And then I was so close. We were close. So close. Oh man, I was so close. I can't believe it. Even with the pushing of the back one. Cthulhu, on the other hand, you would need to there's all these different ruined tokens that you would have. You would pick 3 random ones, and then you would spend the matching color, because each one of these would have a wheel on top of it that you would rotate until it matches the correct symbol. Once that happens, you got to get Cthulhu to the void and send him away, which would then activate this, the Corpse City of Rael, where Cthulhu would jump into here. Let me see if I have that piece. Yeah, so here's Cthulhu himself, who would be rummaging around the board, destroying you. And then once you get over here, you would this would be on its own standee, standing up, but for our purpose, it's laying down. We would then need to bind each one of his tentacles and then send him away, locking him away forever? Question mark. So it's a two-part thing in order to defeat Cthulhu. This style of monster follows in the same pattern for D&D with the red dragon, but with that, we'll worry about that when we get there.
Beat down the robot man.
Ooh, I have fulfilled my destiny. And away he goes. There you have it, everybody. Horrified, World of Monsters. What do you think of this one? Have you gotten a chance to try this? And have you tried combining sets together? Again, when this was made, it was originally just Greek monsters and World of Monsters. There's a lot of things within the back of the book that talk about certain monsters on certain maps and everything, but generally you would always just use one map with the items in there. Each item would represent, colors and everything from the previous one. And it just feels so clunky. It doesn't feel very finished or thought out. It was like oh no, everyone wanted it. Let's just kind of throw it in there the best we can. And because of that, we got a lacking amount of monsters within this particular game. Krampus should have been in this box for like your German monster, if you're going around the world and everything. He should have been there. It should not have been an exclusive. It should be readily available. There should be a way to buy it. I'm really not happy about that he can't. Again, you guys let me know down in the comment section below. I'm willing to educate me. Tell me, where can I go? Where can I get it for a fair market price? I'm not going on eBay and paying like crazy for it. Ravensburger should be selling it. They should be. And then again, that'll also extend into something else when we talk about Horrified Dungeons and Dragons, which will be the next episode of Horrified, finishing off my Horror Fridays month, if you haven't figured that out already, or if I haven't told you, for the month of October in 2025. This is so exciting. I can't believe we're 4 down. Got 1 left to go. D&D Horrified is actually really good, and a lot of people like it a lot. I can't wait to show you. It's going to be a great time. In order not to miss that or any other game I put out for you to enjoy, whether it be in the world of Horrified or anything else, be sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. If you wish to support the channel even further, there's a ton of ways to do that down in the description section below. Mainly, you can find affiliate links to like the Ravensburger Amazon page to pick up any of these Horrifieds if you wish. The BGG pages to check out, Patreons, and YouTube paid membership will get these early, and then a few other perks. But regardless of all that, as always, your view, your like, sharing this video, and of course, subscribing to the channel go a long way to helping it out. I hope you guys are enjoying all these runs of Horrified, no matter what the outcomes are, whatever. You know what? We're two wins and 2 losses right now. We're at 50%. Let's see if we can go for better than half by beating the monsters in the world of Dungeons and Dragons. Until then, you guys have a good one, and I will catch you all later.